Okay, program Bachelor of Science, third year, subject Botany, semester 5, paper code BOC 107, paper title Microbiology and Plant Pathology. Title of the unit Introduction to Microbiology, module name Physical Methods of Sterilization, module number 2. Okay, the module consists of methods of sterilization and physical methods of sterilization. Coming to the learning outcomes, it explains the methods of sterilization, differentiate between physical and chemical methods of sterilization, explains the different type of physical methods of sterilization, cites example of instrument used in physical method of sterilization. Now coming to the methods of sterilization, there are two methods of sterilization which are physical methods and chemical methods. Now, sterilization by physical methods is done by sunlight, heat, radiation, filtration and vibration. Chemical methods sterilization is done by chemicals like alcohols, aldehyde and inorganic chemicals. Coming to the sterilization by sunlight, now the microbicidal activity of sunlight is due to the presence of the ultraviolet rays which are present. So it is responsible for spontaneous sterilization in natural condition. For example, it sterilizes the various water bodies which are there. Then it is more effective in killing germs due to the combination of ultraviolet rays and the heat which is generated. Since it does not kill the spores which are present, it is not a perfect sterilization method. Next is sterilization by heat. Now the use of heat is the most reliable method of sterilization. The killing effect is due to the denaturation and coagulation of protein. Now this method is used, it depends upon a number of, the method used depends on the number of microorganisms present, characteristic of microorganism and the type of material. The methods of heat sterilization are again divided into two types, that is moist heat sterilization and dry heat sterilization. The moist heat sterilization involves the use of moisture to sterilize various items. Dry heat sterilization is a moistureless sterilization. It basically works on the principle of conduction. The moist heat sterilization is again can be done below 100 degrees Celsius, at 100 degrees Celsius and above 100 degrees Celsius. Dry heat sterilization is done by red heat, flaming, incineration and hot air oven. The moist heat sterilization, okay, it is at a temperature below 100 degrees Celsius. The process used over here is pasteurization. The method used for sterilization of milk and also to sterilize various serums and heat sensitive materials. The sterilization is achieved by two methods. Okay, so first one is Holder method, where the temperature is maintained at 63 degrees Celsius for 30 minutes. Next one is Flash method, where the temperature is maintained at 72 degrees Celsius for 15 to 20 seconds, followed by quick cooling to 15 degrees Celsius or lower temperatures. Now this method destroys all the non-sporulating pathogens, but it is not suitable for spore producing bacteria. Next is vaccine bath. This process basically is used to decontaminate bacteria which are present in the vaccine. Okay, here the vaccines are heated at in the water bath at 60 degrees Celsius for 1 hour. Vegetative cells of the bacteria are killed, but the spores will survive. Next is serum bath. Here the contaminating bacteria in the serum preparation can be inactivated by heating in a water bath at 56 degrees Celsius for 1 hour on several successive days. The proteins in the serum will coagulate at higher temperature. Here vegetative cells of the bacteria are killed, but the spores will survive. Next is inspisation. This technique is basically used to disinfect egg and serum containing media. The medium is placed in the spores of the inspisator and they are heated at 80 to 85 degrees Celsius for 30 minutes on 3 successive days. On the first day, the vegetative bacteria would be killed. Those spores that germinate by the next day are then killed the following day. Next is moist heat sterilization, that is a temperature at 100 degrees Celsius. Here boiling method is used. Now boiling water at 100 degrees Celsius will be killing most of the vegetative bacteria and viruses. Some bacterial spores are resistant to boiling and they will survive. Hence this is not a suitable method for sterilization. So here metal articles and glasswares can be disinfected by placing them inside the boiling water for 10 to 20 minutes. Now lid of the boiler is closed for this period. Okay, lid of the boiler is closed during this period. Moist sterilization, that is temperature at 100 degrees Celsius. So steam at atmospheric pressure. So here what happens is that free steam at 100 degrees Celsius, okay, is used to sterilize various instruments. So here the steamer is used. Now steamer is a metal cabinet with perforated trays to hold the articles and a conical. Okay, now steamer is a metal cabinet with perforated trays to hold the articles and a conical and it has a conical lid. The bottom of the steamer is fitted with water and heated. Steam sterilizes the articles when exposed to a period of 90 minutes. Vegetative bacteria are killed in the first exposure and the spores that germinate by next day are killed in subsequent days. Moist sterilization, that is moist sterilization, temperature above 100 degrees Celsius, steam under pressure, that is over here autoclaving method is used. Now the principle which is followed over here is, as the pressure inside a closed vessel increases, the temperature at which water boils also increases, thereby killing the microbes present. A temperature of 121 degrees Celsius at 15 psi with 20 to 30 minutes holding the time is commonly used. This is the image of the autoclave. Now, basically autoclaves are used to sterilize culture media, distilled water and glassware. Items like petri dishes, plastic tubings, cotton filters, etc. are wrapped in the bottom. Okay, items like petri plates, plastic tubings, cotton filters, etc. are wrapped in brown paper before putting in an autoclave. The mouth of the test tube, flask, pipette has to be capped or has to be plugged with a non-absorbent cotton plug. Then all these are loaded in an autoclave with adequate space is maintained in between the items for free circulation of the steam. Now, autoclave at 15 psi at 121 degrees Celsius for 20 to 30 minutes. Allow the pressure to drop gradually to 0 psi and then only open the autoclave and unload it. Tighten the caps of the bottles immediately. Transfer the glassware to the oven at 50 degrees Celsius for removing moisture and complete drying. Then transfer to dust-free sterilized cabinet. Okay, coming to the dry heat sterilization, the first method which is there is red heat. Now articles such as bacteriological loops, okay, straight wires, tips of forceps, searing spatulas are sterilized by holding them in a Bunsen burner flame till they become red hot. Then they are cooled and used for the inoculation. This is the image of the Bunsen burner. Next is flaming. The articles to be sterilized is passed a few times over the Bunsen burner flame and not heated to redness. Articles sterilized here include the mouth of test tubes, flasks, glass slides, etc. Next is incineration. Now this is a method of destroying contaminated materials by burning them in an incinerator. This method results in the loss of articles. Next is hot air oven. Articles are exposed to high temperature, it is 160 degrees Celsius for 1 hour in an electrically heated oven. The heat distribution is done with the help of a fan which is fitted inside the oven. Articles sterilized include metallic instrument, glassware, swabs, oils, grease and some pharmaceutical products. This is an image of the hot air oven. Next is sterilization by radiation. Now radiation are basically of two types, non-ionizing and ionizing. So your non-ionizing rays which are there are basically low energy rays with poor penetrative power. Example are infrared rays and UV rays. Ionizing rays are high energy rays with good penetrative power. Example are gamma rays. Now coming to the non-ionizing rays, that is infrared rays and UV rays. These are electromagnetic radiation. These are electromagnetic radiation with wavelength longer than those of visible light. Infrared rays bring about sterilization by generation of heat. That is, articles to be sterilized placed in a moving conveyor belt and pass through a tunnel that is heated by infrared radiators to a temperature of 180 degrees Celsius for 7.5 minutes. Used for rapid mass sterilization of syringes, instrument and glassware. Now UV rays, they are used for disinfecting enclosed areas such as laboratories, inoculation rooms and operation rooms. UV radiation is a form of UV tube or UV lamp is used in a laminar airflow cabinet for inoculation chamber. Working area is exposed to UV radiation for 25 minutes before starting the work. This is the image of the laminar airflow. Disadvantages: it has low penetrative power, limited life of the UV bulb. Some bacteria have the DNA repair system, repair enzymes. Does not penetrate glass, paper or plastic. Eye protection is needed since it can cause severe damage. Next is the ionizing rays, which are the gamma rays. This method is also called as cool sterilization, as there is no appreciable increase in temperature. Sterilization accomplished in few seconds. Radiations with very high penetrating power, highly lethal to DNA and other vital cell constituents, cause biological damage by producing hyperreactive ions. Gamma rays are used for sterilizing plastics, syringes, dressing packs, swabs, culture plates, etc. So next is sterilization by filtration. Now, filtration is basically used for the heat sensitive substances like enzyme, antibiotic, amino acid, vitamins, etc., which cannot be sterilized by heating or at a higher temperatures. The contaminants like bacteria are filtered out by using million pore filter. The Contaminants like bacteria are filtered out by using millipore filters. Filters are made up of cellulose, acetate and polycarbonates that contain small size pores nearly of 0.22 microns. The filters are placed in the filtration assembly and sterilized by autoclaving prior to use. The solution to be sterilized is passed through the filtration assembly and collected in a sterilized container. This is the image of the filters and of the filtration assembly. Coming to types of filters. There are different types of filters. First one is earthenware filters. They are made of diatomaceous earth or porcelain, usually baked in the shape of a candle. Next is asbestos filters. They are made of from cryosotile type of asbestos, chemically composed of magnesium silicate, pressed to form a disc and it can be used only once. This is held inside a metal mount which is sterilized by autoclaving. Next is sintered glass filters. They are basically made from the fine ground glass that is fused sufficiently to make small particles adhere to each other. Available in the form of these fused in filters of grade 5 have average pore diameter of 1 to 1.5 microns. Washed in a running water in reverse direction and cleaned with warm concentrated sulfuric acid. Sterilized by autoclaving. Next is the membrane filters. Now these are basically made from cellulose nitrate, cellulose diacetate, polycarbonate and polyester. The pore diameter ranges from 0.015 microns to 12 microns. The filters are sterilized by autoclaving. The advantages of the membrane filters is known porosity. They are reusable after autoclaving and compatible with many chemicals. Now coming to sterilization by vibration. Here sonic and ultrasonic vibration are used. High frequency sound waves of frequency greater than 20,000 cycles per second are generated using a sonicator, which are basically used to sterilize various instruments. These vibrations are known to kill bacteria by causing cell disruption. They are used to clean, disinfect various equipment and instruments. Not a reliable method since many viruses are not affected. So in this module we have learnt about the various physical methods of sterilization. These are my references. Thank you.